Good morning, everybody. MonkeyPuzzle here, and good morning whatever time it is for you. It is definitely morning for me, so I thought I'd start my day with some Ragnarok. And I'm here in my front entrance where I often start. I love these guys. I haven't actually used them much lately. They are good for fiber and thatch and all kinds of goodness, but they're really good on the sides of your door. So when I log into the server, often the first things I'll do is I will mine all those metal nodes right there. I'm going to put that off for a second today. And the other thing I do is I'll go look for high-level griffins. I am enjoying griffins more and more as I go along. They are so fun to ride, especially with the flyer nerf, and every flyer is just an enormous grind to get anywhere. You just flap, 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 and it's just really boring. You just kind of point to where you're going. But the Griffin offers so many dynamics for flying and so much speed to get around. It's pretty amazing. So I really want to get a 150 Griffin. This one was a 140. These work now. The spyglasses, if I can get lined up correctly. And I think that this one is going to be one of interest. That's a 145. It's hard to get them to hold still. That's not a Griffin long enough, but let's catch us a 145 Griffin. These guys are a lot better at combat too than I thought. I thought you just had the attack where you charge the ground. Let's see. This is what parasaurs are for. Sorry, parasaur. And is anything else there I don't want to kill? Well, so I thought you just had this one. Bam. Where you could just like attack the ground like that. But it actually turns out that if you come down at that kind of speed and you left click while you have momentum, you can do an amazing amount of damage and generally end up in the bushes or something like that too. And you can get like up to 3 attacks like that if you have momentum while you still have those lines. I didn't get that much speed going on those, but they can do a lot. So they're very powerful that way. You just got to learn how to use them, and I like that because they're actually an animal you have to learn how to use and not just based on how you level it up. And for going around and getting drops and stuff, they are unparalleled. Oh, and there's a drop I want to show you guys in a minute. Let me get this Griffin in a cage and taming, and then we will go ahead and oops. The one tricky thing is if you have any momentum when you're coming down, they land automatically, and so then if you press spacebar to land, you actually go up. So that's a little tricky. I still mess up on that one, but I'm loving me some Griffins. So let's grab this guy. I have so many dinos that need names now. Oop, and I'm stuck in the bird cage. So if you guys see a dino that needs a name, I've just been putting the levels on them that I first tamed them on at this point. So let's see. Let's bring the Griffin too, because we'll need both. Generally, it's quick enough to get back and forth, but let me show you the easy way to tame a Griffin. When they first came out, we showed you how to tame them from the ground, and I still like doing that sometimes. The wild ones don't do that power attack, and so their regular melee, just, you know, for us would be just a regular left click when you have no momentum, is not that impressive. So generally, you are able to deal with it pretty well, and it can be pretty fun and challenging to do them from the ground. And plus that cloud of dust they make just adds drama. You gotta have drama. So who's up here? Anybody we need to worry about? There's a bear. We'll leave the bear alone. So let's get the Griffin on the ground, and then we're gonna use the Pteranodon to cage it. So we're gonna do the trap. You gonna hold still? They're not very good for getting back on once you're off of them. Okay, follow me. Come on. You gotta do this sort of jumpy thing at their feet to get on, and if you're in a bind, it can be trouble sometimes. Oh, how did I get you following? Alright, gotta fix all that. No! I got this one on low from before. Guy got in some trouble with it. Here, stay. And you stay. So I actually got a 145 Griffin yesterday, but I overestimated its abilities straight off, so you definitely need to level them up some. Ugh. Sorry for this. Yeah, and I charged a pack of Carnos because I was just feeling a little too arrogant about what they can do. And the Aloe's bleed attack actually kept me from being able to get away, and I couldn't fly away, and I fell into another pack of Rexes. I didn't think they went in packs, but it was bad. I lost it pretty much soon after I had got it. So you got to get these guys' attention. Can be a little tricky because they have a very short attention span, and they're sort of after everything that moves. But he's in a fight with a Dimetrodon, which I don't know if we're going to be able to lead him away from or not, if the Dimetrodon will let that happen. We'll see. But we got its attention now. Just got to sort of stay close in front of it. Let it get a hit on you every once in a while. And I want to get it over here to the top of the mountain. We've got a nice cage. And it looks like the gates are open. That's good. So let's see if we can get a little lead on him. And if we're lucky, we can lead him straight in the first time. Oh yeah. So I leave my Pteranodon there. So he's got an object to fix his anger on. And then I try to sneak around the back. See if I can close the doors before he gets out. And he makes a show of blowing dust everywhere. But from here it's pretty straightforward. I can either use trank arrows or darts. They have a lot of health, so you don't really have to worry too much about hurting them when you're tranking them. Sorry, I had to mute for a coughing fit I had for a second there. I'm not sure if they have a head box or not. It doesn't hurt at this point to hit him in the head. This one's got some nice colors. It's got the dark browns and then the orange belly. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this one out, and then while it's getting hungry and we need to get some prime, I'm going to show you a treasure chest. So I'll be back with that. Alright, I'm 42 arrows in, and actually I thought this would be a good time to tell you a few things. In the last episode you saw me get ready to do some more Arctic and then desert exploration with my mobile atmosphere regulatory systems. That's what Arahli dubbed them. But really the next thing I'm really excited about actually exploring that we haven't been to yet, is the ocean. So I want to tame some water mounts. Oh good, there you are. It took me 50 arrows, 50 trank arrows for a 145. And it had a lot of torpor. You can see they've got a good amount of health. This one only has 6,000, but when it tames up I bet you it's going to be closer to 10. So it's a really normal tame. Their torpor drops slowly, so no big panic at this point. I've just been doing it with Prime. I think Mutton recently got nerfed. But anyway, yeah, I want to explore the ocean. So we're going to be getting some mounts for that. I've been working on making some of those new harpoon guns for that too. So that's pretty cool. But I'm waiting for Aaron BLP. His wife is back in town, so he's not recording because he's got his priorities straight. So we're going to do that together. And we're going to explore a lot of the underwater stuff and find, apparently there's harvestable black pearls down there. So we will be doing that very soon, along with a whole bunch of other ideas. I got to write them all down on signs so you guys can just look at a wall of them. Alright, so while that gets hungry, let's go check something out over here. So over here in the Glacier, there's some cool stuff. There's the whole ice cave. We're getting ready to do that too, and that's where the ice worms are, which are the equivalent of the death worms from Scorched Earth. And yeah, man, you can get all over the map with this guy. So I'm cold here, but it's not the murder snow. So fur gear will do you good, and I've got some really good fur gear that hopefully I can hold on to. So you gotta look out over here, because there is an ice wyvern around here quite a bit, and so you gotta be careful with that. But with the griffin, you actually have a good chance of getting away. So up here at the top, pretty much above everything, there's this little cave right here, and sometimes there is an ice wyvern nest in here. But there's this little, not very conspicuous box here, this treasure chest. Apparently there's two on the map, one here and one somewhere in the bottom of Viking Bay, maybe in that ship that we didn't finish, but there's always some ascendant stuff here. So check it out. I got an awesome flamethrower and some C4 charges. So gonna have some fun with those. And I've actually made myself an ascendant flamethrower, but now I have another. I've got a spare. And there's usually a wyvern nest around here too, so we gotta be real careful. Watch our back. Let's see what we got. I haven't raised a wyvern yet here at all. This is a 55, so that's not really good enough to raise, I don't think. But what you can do is you can go ahead and eat it. And you get a very nutritious meal. And I think that keeps the wyvern from pursuing you because it's in your inventory. So, and then we've also, you know, got rid of that one, so another one can spawn in. So as soon as I get a good one, we'll be raising ourselves a wyvern. But for now, I guess I'm in search of some prime. It's so fun to fly around on this thing. You can get everywhere so quickly. I know I've said that already. But it's also just the dynamics of just not pointing in a straight line and going flap, 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 flap. This is just, yeah. I love these. And then also, you know, for getting prime, it's pretty easy because you got that power thing going on. So there's a 95. You know, generally it would take a while to kill that. It probably will take me a while too, but it's not that bad. You get these giant things full of death on there, and I don't even know if we hit that guy. Alright, it's hard to get. Oh, there we go. It's hard to get if you can't see it. And I think the faster you're going, the more you do. So click, 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 click. And didn't kill it in the first one, but that definitely will wear it away. And you gotta watch your stamina when you're doing this. And you gotta make sure you don't get into a fall and really hurt yourself too. This, well, as long as you're moving, you don't get fall damage. But sometimes after you do that attack, it goes into land mode. So you gotta landing mode. So you gotta watch out for that. Oh, I've lost track. There he is. Yeah, so as long as you got that blur, you're doing the extra damage. And like I said, for a big guy like that, it's got to add up. But it's a lot better than just going right above him and going click, click, click. And there he is. So yeah, so these are awesome beasts. And I can't wait to see how that 145 is going to be. Alright, so it tamed up at 99% with prime, so I got 71 levels on it. It came out at level 216. Of course, we are on 10 times taming, so that helps quite a bit with that. But so health got up to 7745. Stamina is where, just like any flyer, is where you want to put, yes, put the levels at first. And it uses stamina really quickly when you're doing that dive movement, but you also do move a lot more quickly, so it kind of works out. So weight and melee and all that we're gonna work on, but we've got a 145 Griffin now, so I'll be leveling this one up and have it, it might become my primary one if I can get it up above that one, and then I'll definitely have a spare. So while I'm fanboying about Griffins, one thing it took me a while to notice is actually they have a lot of the movement ability of a Tapahara. Check it out, you can strafe left and you can strafe right, and you can move backwards. So you don't have the up and down that you have on the Tapahara, but you do have those, or actually Tapajara, I should say, as I was schooled by someone who speaks Portuguese. Anyway, there's that, and the glitch with moving forward fast with your rifle is gone, but that's fine. But you still can equip a weapon up here too, so that makes it the only flyer that you can do that with. So I went ahead and I've tamed Rexes like that. I killed an Alpha Rex, a rocket launcher from a Griffin the other day. So, all very cool. Definitely my favorite flyer at this point. It took me a while to come around to that, but then once I figured out what it can do, yeah, I'm all about them. So they're just a lot of fun. I waste a lot of time just flying around the map with one, because you can, and yeah, the best for pursuing drops and stuff like that. So we still got a little time in this episode. It's going to be a quick one, but maybe I will work on a water pen. Let me see, I'll figure out what I'm going to do, and then we'll do that. How's that? Alright, see you soon. Just doing my other chore. I told you the two were always when I get on, is mining metal and looking for griffins. I just want to show you guys some of the grinding I've been doing over here, just getting ready for doing the caves and stuff. So I got this nice flamethrower blueprint here, 195. So the ones I haven't been finding, I've actually made a couple like that. And in here I've been just grinding all the stuff. I've been making my own polymer from obsidian, because I have so much obsidian here and I can get so much cementing paste from the beaver dams, or I've been grinding cementing paste too. I've taken these guys, I actually said I haven't been using them much, but that's not correct. That was a lie. I actually took them over there and went and killed a bunch of mantises with them, and you get like 1,000 chitin per mantis with those guys. You just got to be careful because they're kind of squishy, so you have to really level up their health. They're a lot more delicate than they seem they should be. I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, be careful of that. So yeah, I've been making my own cementing paste too, and all the stuff. I've got the metal here, which is great. So from that, I've been really stocking up. And here, you know, you saw I lost most of my weapons and things, and I haven't spawned any of these back in. I did spawn some resources back in that was just what I had lost, but as far as these, I've been just going to drops and that treasure chest and everything. I have a 145 blueprint for a long neck, 145, 144, something like that. And I've just been seeing what my 200% crafting skill is doing for that, and not a whole lot. I think this is I found this one. This is 221. And I did find a blueprint for a ascendant sword, so I could make these at will. And with my crafting skill, I got this one at 230, so that's an awesome sword. And then I made a couple of these for Aaron and I when I can get him to go do that aquatic adventure with me. So I've got this new harpoon launcher, which is very cool. And then I've been picking up shotguns and all kinds of stuff. So getting prepared, you know. And then in here, I've got all the ammo. So I've been grinding out a bunch of flamethrower ammo just for fun. Tons of flame arrows with the propellant I've made. And I got up to level 87, so I've been making my own. Oh, I forgot to show you the other one. I got rocket launchers that I made myself, and then I've been stocking up on the rocket propelled grenades. We're going to need that for the lava golems and the ice worms and just clearing out caves. As long as we're careful, we stand back well enough. So, oh, and then yeah, I've been making these too. There's actually should be a bigger stack of them there. There we go. We got 111 of these harpoon or trank spear bolts. So that's going to be hopefully useful for tranking stuff underwater. And been also stocking up on the spear bolts. So been putting in quite a number of hours of work on that. I'd say that that bit I just showed you was probably about 8 hours of work off camera. But that's going to get us ready for the adventures to come. I still got some more metal out there I can go get. Oh, look, you can see the volcano erupting at night. Very nice. Alrighty, you guys get a little sneak peek of something I've been working on for later. That's all you get for now. But let's take the bear from Monkeyheim here. There's Monkeyheim up there. And let's go scout out where I'd like to make an aquatic base. Or at least, an initial pen for some creatures so we can really start exploring the whole underwater world here in Ragnarok. So I got my bear loaded up with some parts. I'll actually probably end up building this with the metal glass, but I'm not sure yet. Let's go ahead and just go down there. I got enough stuff at least to start sketching, but I'm taking the bear because I want the pen to be somewhere where I can just take a land dino like this and not have to fly to get there, or at least, to reasonably get there. I want to be able to walk, so let's take a nice stroll past the scorpions and the T-Rexes and all the other loveliness around here. And this is also a chance for me to show you the way down into the central canyon. Oh, what do we got here? We're about to get a new saber-tooth model. That's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully none of these are awesome saber-tooths. There's no telling at this point. The 135 would have been nice. But still not a 150. And you're just a 50. So we'll fill up on kitty cat meat. There's a lot of nasties here and below. So I won't bother looking in their bags right now. Let's see, let me find my way down here. So yeah, from my place, there's the little walkways, and you take that bridge, past the waterfall on the left. Here you go into this little passageway. Oh, and I gotta level up. This was a 150 bear that I haven't used much so far, so like me my bears. So let's head on down here. So bears can't jump at all, so this is the way to go without that. And let me see if I can remember the way all the way down. Yeah, it's right here. Karmic Coffee's got a base up there, but the devs have been nice enough to give us little rampways. Get everywhere. Yeah, and I think you got to go through this little canyon here. So it's a nice walk. And then finally we get down here to the water's edge. So this is almost the end of the central canyons. Over there it goes into that misty ravine that's right below Monkeyheim that leads between the volcano area and the slope of the gods, which I am on there. And then it kind of dead ends into a waterfall. At that point you'd need to be able to swim up the waterfall to go any further, but then it goes into a lake that goes to those big waterfalls that come down from the beaver dams. So it does all connect, but down here there is plenty of nastiness. Often there's a lot of raptors and RGs and Rexes and Carnos and stuff, but I think we're in a position to handle all that at this point. Let's just go take a look along this edge here. So the water actually gets pretty deep in this central canyon, and I'm actually pretty excited to explore a lot of this as well. Let me get my sword out because there's always some piranhas that come up on me right away. There's one right there. But you can see how deep it gets straight off. So we have foundation support. You can chill out, man. You don't have to protect me. You're gonna drown. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we still have foundation support turned on, so we can't just build out with Structures Plus and make a big thing that sticks out here. So I'm gonna need ground support. That's a long way down from the bottom with pillars and stuff like that. Unless I wanted to make it fully underwater, you'd have to swim down to get your dinos. That could be cool. But over here, where I came in, there's a bit of a shelf. And I don't think it's there. It's over here in the sunshine. Let's see if I can see where it was. Actually lost track of it. I guess it was this. That doesn't seem quite as big as I thought it was. That might be big enough. Put some dinos in. I guess, oh, this goes all the way out. Over there you can see the shadow of a griffin underwater. So I'm not sure if this is deep enough, but I was thinking about, yeah, maybe using this right here. Got a behemoth gate on me. Let's real quick see how deep this actually goes, and if this will be a good space for this or not. If not, I'll keep looking around, but I'd like to do it down here somewhere, like I said, where I can walk to it and don't have to swim either, because right away we're gonna have, you know, every time we're gonna have issues with the piranhas. If I take this, let me just put you back on neutral in case something attacks you out here. I guess this is actually the deepest point right here. If I had this, is that just huge? That's not bad. It's fairly deep. I'm not sure how much room we'd have for a Mosa or plesiosaur or anything big in here, but we could definitely fit some sharks and some dolphins, some ichthyosaurs and some megalodons. So I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna design it between episodes and then show you when we get back, and then we're gonna go straight away and start taming up some water mounts and seeing first what the Central Canyon has to offer under the water. See if there's any goodies under there, which I haven't checked that at all, but as deep as it gets, I'm suspicious that there must be some cool stuff. And then we'll start heading off through the river into the ocean and start exploring all the stuff out there. See if we can find where those harvestable black pearls are. Arahli and Fox made an attempt at it recently, but they got creamed by eels. So I'm not excited about the eels or any of those kind of zappy underwater things, but we'll see what we can do. We may need to make another aquatic pen a little bit more forward by the ocean so we can recover more quickly. So I think before we go for the pearls, we're going to need duplicate water mounts for sure, because chances of dying are pretty high. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. MonkeyPuzzle going to sign out here, where we're going to make our first aquatic pen. So thank you for watching until the very end of this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.